Rich Bruner, how are you? There we go. Dave Pierce, Choice. Uh-oh. Gotta say hi to all these people. Shelby. Interesting name, spelling Shelby. But all right. Hey, Brandon, how are you today? Well, let's get started. It is Thursday. Thursday, September 12th, 2024. We're just getting started. We got one more day to go for the week of, I think it's what, week 11? That's not helping any. Week 11. All right, let's get started. Let's get started. Let's get started. Colton. How you doing, Colton? All right, I'm going to start up where we ended off yesterday and just keep on proceeding. All right, so see, LUV, which is going to be Colton. What are we talking about? Well, today we're going to be talking about Southwest Airlines. It's on the tops on the list. So let's take a look. Southwest Airlines, I don't know where they got this ticker symbol, LUV, for Southwest Airlines. That doesn't even make sense, but it is what it is. Let's move. First thing I always want to look at, always, is the high of the year, the low of the year, where it was a year ago and where it is today. Look at it. It's kind of interesting to see this. A year ago, it was at 28. Well, where's it now? It's at 28. Well, so it goes up and down. See that? Went down, up, down, channeled sideways. Now we're at 28 yet again. Okay, so what does it look like for next week? So currently 28.98, we're looking at the 29s, and the 29s are going for 55 cents a share. That is just a little bit less than 2%. I would love to get 2% every single week. Now, for those of you just tuning in, you may or may not know what I do here. I invest for weekly cash flow, a simple, safe, predictable, and consistent 1% per week. Rich, Southwest Airlines is based in Love Field in Dallas. That's probably where they got it from. But for you newbies, I invest for weekly cash flow using dividend stocks, pre-selected dividend stocks. And these are companies that have consistently increased their dividends to their shareholders for more than 20 consecutive years. Basically, that means, well, they're consistently profitable. Because think about it. A dividend is nothing more than a portion of the profits that go back to the investors, and that's us. We buy and sell. Darbenley, how you doing? We buy and sell the stocks, we become the investors. So if the company consistently increases those dividends, well, it saves me time from going through all the reports, all the quarterly reports, all the annual reports, stockholders meetings. I don't need to deal with all that crap. I like things simple, safe, and predictable. Okay, so if they're increasing their dividends, they cannot increase their dividends, which is part of the profits, if they're not continuously profitable. It just makes sense. Buddy S, good evening, David. I don't know where he gets the name David from. Maybe the Bible. David is in the Bible, but I'm not David. All right, well, let's see how this. Somebody last night suggested some fresh ginger tea. So we got some ginger, ground it on up, put it in some tea. Let's see how it's working. Not feeling it at all because I'm feeling a little pain in my throat and I don't want to overdo it. Hey, thoughts on UNH, dividend payment coming soon. Good to hear you sounding better. Yeah, I'd be sounding better, but the pain in the throat is still there. And UNH. University of New Hampshire. All right. High, low, where was it? Where is it? 588. A little out of my price range, but at least let's take a look at the numbers. Okay, so the 594s, we'll be looking at the 595s, and that's only going for $4. That ain't worth it. That's not even 1%. Okay, you may like UNH, but the numbers just don't work right. Hey, Bama Redneck, thank you for the flower. All right, so UNH, number one, it's out of my price range. Number two, it's not giving me a full 1%. So I'm not even going to bother looking at the chart. Okay, LPG, the Ladies Professional Golf. Okay, LPG is a monthly optional stock, which means you can only write monthly options once a month. Okay, and that doesn't work for me because there's only 12 months in a year. I would prefer weekly options because there's 52 of those. Now, if I'm going to get 1% once a month, well, that's only 12% a year. Okay, that's higher than most stuff get returns, but I'm looking at 1% per week, and that's over 50% per year. 13 ways to bleed. Well, that just sounds horrible. All right. Bemredick, you need to the subscription so people in the sub get questions ahead of everyone else. You know, that's true. Anybody TikTok sub? Yeah, I hear ya. Anybody possible able to bless me with a small all right. Let's keep on keeping. Who's saying that song? Keep on keeping on. Got to get the best of. All right. So AAP, which is Advanced Auto Parts. Okay, let's take a look at AAP. Advanced Auto Parts. Ooh, check it out. Here's our high. Here's our low. Here's where we are, and here's where we are, and here's the direction it's going. Look at. She dropped really big here. I would like to find out what this is. But here's the bottom right there, and it looks like it's bouncing off that bottom, and that's what I want to take a look at. Which stock are we invested on this week? Ice, how you doing there, brother? We're taking a look at Advanced Auto Parts at the moment. Drazik, I haven't seen you in a couple of days, dude. Where have you been? I hope you're okay. All right, Drazik. So, $39.55 is the current price. $39.55, the closest one is going to be the 40, and that is 85 cents. And if you guys didn't know, 85 cents on a $40 stock, well, that's a 2% trade. I love 2% trades. WB up, yay! All right, well, let's take a look. We're going to take a look at Walgreens next. WBA, but let's finish up with Advanced Auto Parts. Did I miss Macy's discussion tonight? Okay, I haven't done Macy's yet, but we'll take a look at that after we take a look at Walgreens. All right, but right now we're still looking at Advanced Auto Parts. A year ago, we're at we're at $59.50. Topped out at $88.56. This is what I want to see right here. Look at this. A month ago, we're up at 62. Gaps down, drops. Yesterday was the 30-day bottom. I love a 30-day bottom coming off of a 30-day top. What does that usually mean? VNG now weekly options. Cool. VNG, all right. Is that a VNQ? I never heard of it. VNQ. Home Depot. I haven't looked at Home Depot in a long time. The premiums usually aren't that great. Austin, how you doing? The boy Jeffy, what's happening, Jeffy? Okay, team. Okay, cool beans. Thanks, there, redneck. I'm trying that ginger tea, seeing how it works. All right, so let's zoom in. Last 30 days. Yep, this is the last 30 days right here. Now, 30 days ago, we opened up at 60.57. Okay, we hit a high right here at 63.12. That was on the 15th. That was 4 weeks ago. Well, she gaps down and then keeps dropping, finally finding the bottom right here yesterday. Yesterday's the bottom, and that was 37.51. Well, she one day to the upside. I like 2 days to the upside before I jump in. Well, that makes it a perfect candidate for tomorrow or Monday. So let's see what seasonality says. It's what does this thing normally do this time of year? Now, for those of you not familiar with the seasonality chart, all the way to the right, all the way to the left is January 1st. All the way to the right is December 31st. So this blue line is the movement for this year. The blue dot, well, that's today. The red line up here, that is 10 years of data. Okay, the high, the low, the opening, all that kind of neat stuff. 10 years. What does it normally do at this time of year? Well, here we are in the beginning of September. Basically, looks like she's just going sideways. So let's zoom into that and take a look. Trevor, just joined. What stock are we looking at? Advanced Auto Parts. So for the next couple of weeks, this thing's basically just going to go sideways for a little bit. Okay, I like that. But if it's paying me 2%, why the hell not? Wouldn't I do it? Trevor, you don't sound happy with Advanced Auto Parts. I don't see us Americans giving up our automobiles anytime soon. Thoughts on next gen ERA? High risk for 2%. Luke, I'm not quite sure what you mean by high risk for 2%. The stock is at 40 bucks. Where's your high risk? Okay. Okay, Trevor, no, just going to look at it. Okay, so I'm not seeing the high risk. Advanced Auto Parts. One of the #1 dividend stock companies is GPC, Genuine Parts Corporation. They've actually increased their dividends for 7 decades. Not 7 years, not 7 weeks, not 7 months, 70 years. PLTR, no, they don't have dividends, sorry. I love it, Auto Parts. All right. Favored Elf. Dude, you're back again. Can you give financial advice for the younger people that want to purse trading, business, and whatnot? Oh. Well, I can just give you a few tidbits. I can't tell you what to buy. I can't tell you what to sell. If you're a little on the young side, my advice would be learn as much as you possibly can. Trevor, why did the dip so hard this month? Well, Trevor, my assumption is the overreaction by the market maker based on the earnings report. Okay, lately, AAP, yes, Advanced Auto Parts. Lately, I have been seeing an over-exaggeration of dipping from the market maker. Now, I haven't done this in a while, so let's go over it really quick. PBR, Divi? I don't think so. I haven't done this in a while, so let's take a gander at it. All right? Now, usually, with a stock that trades 1.7 million shares a day, usually that's a 3 cent difference between the bid and the ask. Now, if you don't know any better, the bid and the ask, well, that's what the market maker, he buys and he sells. So we are buying and we are selling consistently. Well, who do we buy and sell to? Well, we buy and sell to the market maker. Who is the market maker? I don't know. Every company has their own market maker. So for Advanced Auto Parts, let's say hypothetically there is a 3 cent spread between the bid and the ask. That goes to the market maker. So whether the stock goes up or whether the stock goes down, the market maker really doesn't care because he gets paid for every share that's traded. So, Mini Coupe, PBR. Give me a second while I finish this example. So, explaining why there was such a big drop in some of these stock prices going into the earnings. All right, so if there is a 3 cent spread between the bid and the ask, well, let's go take a look and I'll give you my opinion, and you tell me if this makes sense or not. So let's zoom in for the last 3 or 4 weeks. Now, you see these little blue dots down here? Earnings per share is negative 21 cents. Okay, Luke, I get it. See these little blue dots down here? They represent the volume. Okay? Well, look what happened. You had the dividend, you had a conference call, and you had something else. What is that blue thing? I don't know, something else. But if we take a look at the average volume that trades on a daily basis, we're looking at about 3 million shares. Okay, so let's get the calculator out. At 3 cents a share, I don't know if you guys remember Trading Places with Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy, where the Duke brothers were commodity brokers, and what they did is they were brokers, and they get paid every time somebody makes a trade. So whether it goes up, whether it goes down is totally irrelevant. Okay, so the market maker makes 3 cents, and doesn't sound like a lot, but Salco, how you doing? 3 cents for every single share that is traded. So if on average there's 3 million shares traded every single day, and the market maker makes 3 cents a share. I know it doesn't sound like much, but wait, let's see the numbers. I'm going to multiply that by 3 million. Okay, so on any average day, the market maker will make $90,000 a day, regardless if the stock goes up or the stock goes down, because the market maker makes money every share that's traded. Okay, so the big drop that we're talking about, okay, here's the big drop right here on the 22nd. She goes from 61.56 and drops all the way down to 48. Well, that's a big drop. Why? Well, let's take a look at how many shares traded that day. 13.987 shares. That's a lot of freaking shares. So let's bring up that calculator again. Clear that. Take our 3 cents. And we multiply that by the difference, 19.378 shares. Okay. So instead of 3 million shares, 19 million shares got traded on that day based on the news that the market maker created. So you have the news that the earnings per share weren't as good. Great. Big deal. The company's been around for decades. Is it really going to change the company at all? No. What it's going to do is going to change our perception of the company based on what the market maker says. So if the market maker drops the price from 62 down to 48, well, now you have a whole shitload of people coming in, buying and selling. And are they all buyers or are they all sellers? Are they panic sellers or are they eager buyers to buy AAP at a lower price? Well, now usually he makes $90,000 a day, but on this one particular day, just because he took the news and said, you know what, Simone, how are you? Just because the market maker took the news, which usually doesn't affect anything other than the stock price, because it doesn't do anything to the company. Because on this day right here, I can almost certainly tell you that the stores didn't close down. You don't have corporate office calling all the stores, say, hey, you got to close early, our stock dropped. They don't do that. They consistently go to work 40 hours a week, 7 days a week, Monday through Friday. Advanced Auto Parts is always open. Okay, so the market maker took the news of the quarterly report, all right, of the earnings report, and he manipulated it to a point so then the opening dropped all that price and he gets this. So imagine that. Imagine if it was you. On every single day you make $90,000 a day. Okay, so look, the blue dots down the bottom. The blue dots down the bottom represents the volume, how many shares are traded. The market maker gets paid for each and every share that's paid. Okay, so he takes the news and he takes it and he drops the price. Whether it's justifiable or not, he has that power. Okay, so let's make this fair. Could be a she. Okay, so she or he takes the information that he gets from the corporate report, saying, well, they missed the earnings. Okay, well, let's drop the price, $10. So he goes from $90,000 a day, now he gets $500,000 on that one day. 580,000. So yeah, I don't pay any attention to this crap whatsoever. Unless of course there's a natural disaster, okay? The earth opens up and swallows up the corporate offices, then I'll pay attention to this. But just because the earnings weren't as good as they thought they were going to be, is that really a good reason to up your pay from $90,000 a day to $580,000 a day? I don't think so. So yeah, I don't pay attention to big drops like that. I like them. I do. Because when you have a good company like Advanced Auto Parts, and then they drop this and you have a huge amount of volume, well, you have people panicking. And when people panic, well, they have a tendency to sell and panic. Well, that's what this is right here. This is panic selling. Well, now we're down here at 37.51, which is the new bottom. Okay? So you're going to make your money in the stock market buying low and selling high. Absolutely right, Vlad. It is very similar to Walgreens, but Walgreens is a little bit different. Okay, I haven't been hearing stories about there being a lot of theft at Advanced Auto Parts. Okay, I have heard stories in news about a lot of theft in the retail stores. You know, Macy's, Walgreens. Not so much in Walmart for some strange reason. I don't know. KB Hardy, how are you doing today? I'm going to apologize for the camera quality on Facebook. Not the greatest in the world, but then again, Facebook is not one of those high desirable live video type scenarios. Number one, they only save the videos for 30 days. How good is that to me? Think about it. All right. Mini Coupe, not consistent. You're absolutely right. All right, so that's my take on the drop. Somebody asked me about, well, what happened about the drop? Well, the drop is what the drop is. Now, out of all the numbers you have in the stock market, you have the open, the high, the low, the close, the volume, the range, all that stuff. There's only one number that is controlled by one person. That is the opening price of the day, and that is the market maker. The market maker could wake up in a good mood and say, hey, I'm in a good mood. I have a great outlook, so let's jump it up a little bit. If he has a bad day, well, I'm feeling like shit. Everyone else can share my pain. So he drops it down. I don't like the opening price of the day. How do you know when to cash out or hold? Well, creator, that's a simple question. And there's a simple answer. How do you know when to get out? Now, there's an old saying, and it sounds silly. It sounds silly as hell. It's not a profit until you take it. That's one. I have another one. Somebody told me this a while back, and I had to write it down. Nobody ever went broke taking profits. So if you buy low, all right, and then she goes up and you don't take your profits, well, that's your own damn fault, because stocks don't do anything but go up and down. So let's back out of this for a second. Okay, so here's Advanced Auto Parts for the year. Okay, a year ago, she went down, went up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. That's all they do. They go up, they go down. That is it. What are good put day trades right now? Henny Life, how are you today? How do you know when to get out? Okay, we already discussed that. Cisco, we're at Cisco down. Probably won't get to it today. I have way too many to go through. So that's my take on the big drops based on that kind of information. So let's go back to where we were, and let's keep on keeping on. So as I was saying about Advanced Auto Parts, here's your 30-day bottom here. I love a 30-day bottom. I do. Because when you're coming off of a 30-day top, the 30-day bottom, what is it going to do? Well, it's going to go back up again. That's all they do. They go down, they go up, they go down, they go up. Okay? I've never had a stock come over to my house and make my bed. Never had a stock come over to my house, trim the hedges, mow the lawn. Never. Never, ever. They don't do that kind of shit. They go up, they go down. That's it. Okay? If it's profit, take it. If it's not a profit, well, hang in there. Okay, I got 5 simple rules. Now, for those of you who don't know, Ro, you ever have I have no idea what the hell kind of word that was. Okay, where was I? Oh, for those of you who don't know, I created this trading strategy for my 9-year-old daughter back in 2008. Fetus fajitas, how are you? That is disturbing. Okay, fetus fajitas. I can't imagine anybody serving fetuses on fajitas. That's disturbing, dude. Really is. Would you like to have a fetus fajita? All right, let's see how the ginger tea works tonight. All right. Advanced Auto Parts. Okay. Now here's your bottom. If I buy it tomorrow morning, here's the current price, $39.55. The closest strike price to this $39.55 is the 40, and the 40 is going for 85 cents a share. That is 2%. That's a little over 2%. Percent apply. Oh, come on. That's gross. That's a terrible story. So I find it rather interesting with some of the names you guys come up with. Because there's some of them that are simple, like Fred, Tony, Jack, Bama Redneck. Well, I'm not quite sure what he got that one from. But Akash, well, I'm assuming that's his name, Akash. But fetus fajitas? Yeah, that's freaking disturbing. Anyway, let's continue. All right, we said we were going to take a look at Walgreens and Macy's, so let's do that. Walgreens, WBA. WBA. Now, we've been watching Walgreens since February. Don't get me wrong, it's a nice movement. There's our high here back in December. Our bottom was here just a couple of days ago. Okay, a year ago we're at 22, the high's at 27, and the bottom's down here at 850. Well, we're at 884 now. Okay, so she's a little to the upside. Last 30 days, here we go. 30 days ago, we opened up at 1071. This is Walgreens. Veggie burrito. Now that is a better picture than fetus fajitas. Ugh. All right, so high was 1116. That was on the 16th, which was 4 weeks ago. Our bottom was last Thursday, sorry. Last Thursday is our 30-day bottom. Here's our 30-day high right here. And then she drops, here's our 30-day bottom. Now, you're not going to make money in the stock market unless you buy low and sell high. Veggie burrito. I seriously doubt Walgreens is going out of business. Stop listening to the news. Okay, Walgreens has 8,700 stores worldwide. They're eliminating 25% of the non-performers due to the lack of the current administration to enforce the laws. Own or leased. You know what? I didn't read the reports, but the report that I did read said that Walgreens owns a bunch of other stuff, not just the Walgreens stores. They actually have their own what do you call it? Beauty line, or what do they call it? Makeup. What about BA? BA is Boeing. Okay, so as I was saying about Walgreens, Walgreens has their own beauty line, which is currently in 22,000 stores worldwide. 22,000 stores are carrying Walgreens products. So Walgreens has been in business for 170 years. I really don't see them going away that soon. What's Walgreens book value? Ooh, that's a good question. Let's take a gander. What the hell is this? Oh, okay. Oops, let's go back. Oh, I don't want that. WBA. All right, let's take a quick look at Walgreens. There's a dividend. Well, they cut the dividend, not by much. Statistics, here we go. Walgreens Boots Alliance. All right. Okay, the book value is $15.80 a share. $15.80 a share. Well, the current stock price is about almost half of that. Okay, New York Boutique. How are you doing today? All right, so the book value is almost 16 bucks. Well, the current price is $8.84. All right, so currently at $8.84, the closest one is going to be the 9. Okay. $8.86. The closest one is going to be the 9. So if I buy the stock at $8.86, sell off the 9s, I'm getting 19 cents a share. That's over 1%. And here's kicker: if she goes up past the 9, not only do I get 2% for this, I also get an extra 14 cents a share from the difference between the stock price and then the strike price. Should I buy high and sell low? Yes, you should. Somebody needs your money, considering you're not listening. Nobody. You're going to make money buying low and selling high, not buying high and selling low. Okay, why wouldn't you buy REITs? Red Dog Forge. Name me one REIT that you think is good. QDTE. What the hell is that? QDTE. Anytime I say that, it's usually going to be a no. It's a no. Why do you think it's a no? It's monthly options. Monthly options, I don't like them because it's hard for me to figure out, well, where's it going to be in 4 weeks? I look at a chart and try to figure out where it's going to be in 5 days, Monday to Friday. That's why you're asking? Well, I don't like REITs. I haven't looked at them in a bit. Okay, not in 20 years. That's why I'm asking. Buy low, sell high. Don't buy something you don't intend to keep long term and something you don't understand. Hey, I'm agreeing with you 100%. They're tanking. Who's tanking? O is a good REIT. No, it ain't. Justin, let's take a look at O. Is it Justine, not Justin, Justine. Let's take a look at O, and let's pick on you for a little bit, Justine, because apparently you're not doing your research properly when you're investing your money. Well, that's totally perfect. You know, if you want to do that, great. Well, let me tell you a few things about O, and we'll go from there. No, I don't even listen to the news. Okay, let's take a look at O. Oh, we got two things wrong with O. Two so far, but there's more, so hold on. Number one, it's a monthly optionable stock. Okay, that's one. 62.41. Okay, at 62.41, the 62.50s are going for 55 cents. That's not 1%. And if it was, what's the next one? The next one out, the 62.50 is going for 120. Okay, I'm losing 25 cents right off the top. So then it brings from 120, it brings me down to 95 cents, which is over 1%. But that's for 5 weeks. So now I got to divide that 1% by 5. So now I'm making 0.2 per week. But 1% per month is only 12% a year. That's for O, if you want to do covered calls. That's what I like. Covered calls are a very safe strategy. But wait, it gets worse. Justine, hold on a second. Okay, so the book value for O is 44.30. And the rate of return you're getting with O is a whopping, are you ready for this? A whopping 5.5%. Explain to me why you think 5.5% is a good investment. I'm showing you how to get a safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. 1% per week is over 50% per year. And you're investing O, which is only getting 5.5%. In my book, that's no. Absolutely not. So no, I do not like O because the numbers just don't work. Do you trade based on pure news? Joel, no, I do not. APLD, what the heck is APLD? Usually if I have to say that, it's usually going to be a no. APLD. APLD. Why is that not going through? APLD. There we go. Okay, so APLD is Applied Digital Corporations. $6.02. Okay. APLD. We'll look at historical data. Now, when I want to look at historical data, I want to see how well they pay their dividends. And I want to see if the dividends are increasing or decreasing. And if they have no dividends at all, why the hell am I looking at it? Okay, the title of this page or this show or this live, whatever you want to call it, is Dividend Investing for Weekly Cash Flow or Dividend. Yeah. If it doesn't have dividends, why we look at it? How's Orchard Capital doing these days? Well, I never even heard of Orchard Capital. Orchard Island. Hold on a second. ORC. Orchard Island. Yeah, that's a no. Because even though it's going sideways, 821, the closest one is going to be the 10, and it's going for $0. Zero. What kind of rate of return is 0? Okay? No, I don't like monthlies. The numbers just don't work. Okay, I don't know why you guys keep throwing monthlies at me. It's just a no. Jonathan, PNR. What the heck is PNR? Usually, if I say what the heck is this, what the heck is that, it's usually going to be a no. PNR. And it is a no. Imagine that. PNR is a no. Another monthly. No. Okay. How does Orchard Capital doing these days? It's a no. Don't really care. There's over 9,640 different companies. Now, we looked last night. There's 9,640 companies. Why would I look at something that's going to be an absolute no? KB, awesome. How are you? This may be a dumb question. When your stock goes up to where you want it out, is it easy to unload or sell? Well, KB, if you're familiar with a covered call, you're buying it at a certain price. Hold on one second. Let's find one for you. One of my favorites is Macy's, so let's take a gander at that. Currently, Macy's at $14.69. I like Macy's. It's over 100 years old. Let me quickly show you. Now, it's currently at $14.69. The closest one is going to be the $14.50. It's going for 31 cents, which is over 1%. So if I click on this right here, come down to covered stock, and I like the 1450s. Here we go. Well, here's your trade right here. Is that? Yep. Here's the trade right here. Okay, I'm buying this, I'm selling that at the exact same time. So I'm buying the stock. Oh yeah, Schlumberger's a good stock, Tom. I like Schlumberger. That's a good one. Okay, so KB, listen closely. If I'm buying the stock at $14.32, I'm going to turn around and sell the stock at $14.50, giving somebody the rights to buy it from me for a little bit more than I paid for it. And for that privilege, they're going to give me a premium. And that premium is going to be $180 off of $14,000. I don't know if that sounds right or not. Well, let's try it out. Okay, quickly. My profit, here's the trade right here. Buying 10 covered calls on Macy's, the 1450s. Okay, well, 180 is my profit. Doesn't sound right, but let's take a look. 180 is my profit. The investment is $14,326. Gives me a grand total of 1.2%. That's 1.25%. But there's more. If I'm selling the 1450s, here's my break even, 1432. So anything over 1432 is going to be an additional profit. And right now, well, the stock's at 1471. So if the stock goes up, I make my money. If the stock stays the same, doesn't do a single thing, well, I'm still making money. The stock can even come down as far as 1432 before I start losing. Because this is the break even right here, 1432. So anything over 1432, I have a profit for the week. Okay? Stocks only go 3 ways. They go up, they go down, and they go nowhere. Energy transfer. I like energy transfer. Miss Linda, how are you, Miss Linda? You want to take a look at Ford. So, point blank, KB, okay? How do you sell? Well, you don't. On Friday, if it is above my strike price, which at this moment in time is the $14.50. If it's above this price, it automatically gets liquidated on Saturday because options expire on Saturday. I get all my money back on Monday morning, and then I look for another stock. I'm not marrying a stock. I'm not holding anything long term. The longest I've ever held anything was 9 months, and that was Kimberly-Clark last year. And I didn't do it because I wanted to. I bought it, it went down, and the same thing's going to happen to you. You're going to buy something, and it's going to drop to the floor. It's part of the game. Also, you're going to buy something, and it's going to gap up, and you're going to make a lot of money. It's just part of the game. All stocks do is they go up, they go down, they go up, they go down. That's it. I take a look at a bunch of good stocks that I like, and I watch them. As soon as it hits that 30-day bottom, turns around, goes back up, that's where I jump in. So I do this every day, and I've been doing this every day for the past 20 years. Well, it's just part of my daily ritual. I get up in the morning, brush the teeth, shave, shower, all that kind of nice, neat, fun stuff. And then rather than reading the newspaper or doing something stupid, I sit in my computer for 10 to 15 minutes a day. That's it. If you ever seen one of my videos, it's always the same. Hey, this is James from Dividend Stock Talk, brought to you by the 10-Minute Trader. The 10-Minute Trader was originally my 9-year-old daughter. It had to be safe, it had to be simple, it had to be predictable, consistent, and no way that she can lose. And she could only do, and she had to get it done in 10 minutes. Because how do you keep the attention of a 9-year-old? Well, it's got to be quick and easy. Okay, so what we did, I should say what I did, let's get rid of all this stuff. Sorry, I'm just resetting this so I can go on to my next thought. Okay, so it was created for my 9-year-old daughter back in '08. Had to be simple, safe, predictable, consistent, no way for her to lose. 5 criteria I had to come up with a trading strategy for her. Okay, rule number 1, never buy something you do not understand or you do not want to hold on to long term. So always buy something as if you're going to buy it and hold on to it for a long time. Okay, number 2, never sell at a loss. It kind of defeats the purpose. Rule number 3, make sure the company's consistently profitable. You have a choice. You can read through all of the literature, you know, all the quarterly reports, all the annual reports, and then see exactly how profitable they are. Or you can cheat like I do, because in the bylaws of the corporation, they take a portion of the profits and give it back to the investors through a dividend. And if that increases every single year, well, logic tells me that if it increases every year, well, they must be profitable every year. I mean, think about it. If they weren't profitable, a portion of the profits couldn't go back to them. Anyway, so I go right to the profits. 20 years of increased dividends. Rule number 4, weekly options. Now, I want weekly cash flow. I am retired. I have no interest whatsoever in capital appreciation. What does that mean? I don't want to buy a stock here and wait for it to go up. Sorry, I'm 60 years old. I'm retired. I only have a certain amount of money, and that certain amount of money has to give me a consistent return on a weekly basis so I can pay my bills. Okay? So, I have no interest whatsoever in capital appreciation. None. I'm interested in cash flow only. 1% a week, that's over 50% a year. And guess what? 50% a year on my little nest egg, perfectly fine with that. It gives me a nice little rate of return. And yeah, my account goes up just a tiny bit every year because I don't spend all of it. I spend most of it, but not all of it. Anyway, that being said, so here's the trading strategy. 10 minutes or less. Very first thing you're going to do is you're going to find some stocks that you like. Simple. Find some stocks that you like. I like the Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Champions, Dividend Contenders, and of course I like Warren Buffett's list. Between those 5 lists, they eating beer in Japan. Okay, well, from what I understand, beer is really not that bad. Okay, they used to serve it up in the Yukon. All right, anyway. Find a good quality stock. Like I said earlier, there's 9,600 different stocks that you can invest in at any time. So, if they drink beer there too, that's funny. They eat beer and they drink beer. All right, so there's 9,600 stocks. So out of those 9,600 stocks that you can invest in any day, okay, I only like about 300 because only about 300 have consistently increased their dividends and have weekly options. That's it. 300 is a lot to keep track of. So I don't actually look at new stocks and I don't add new stocks to my list unless they meet that criteria. Every year, they adjust the Dividend Kings, the Dividend Aristocrats, the Dividend Champions, Dividend Contenders. The lists change every year. New stocks come in, and a few stocks may drop out. Now, 3M has been increasing its dividends for 62 consecutive years. 62 years. And this year, the CEO decided to cut the dividends. Now, 3M is no longer on the Dividend Kings list. MPW went up, paid a dividend, it went down. Well, that's usually what happens. Stocks go up before the dividend, and then after the dividend, stocks go down. I'm not quite sure why you seem surprised, because that's what they do. Now, that's another reason why Every stock that I like, I put it into my calendar. So there's actually 300 stocks and these little green dots. These green dots represent the EX dividend date. Now there's 4 dates to remember. Okay, one is the announcement date, self-explanatory. Hey, we're having this dividend, and hey, this is when we're paying it. Okay, that's date number 1. Date number 2 is the EX dividend date. That's the last day the stock trades before the dividend is paid out. Those are the little green dots. Okay? Archer Daniels, Aflac, Target, Walgreens. August. No, we're in September. So Walgreens had its dividend 2 weeks ago. Free money. Yep, that's exactly the way I see it. So, date number 3 is the date of record. Whoever owns the stock on the date of record gets the dividend. Date number 4 is the payment date. Again, self-explanatory. All right, Miss Linda, you ready? We're going to take a look at Ford. I like Ford. I do. Ford's been in business for over 100 years. Okay. Everyone's making it big but me. Sorry, Neil. I'm doing rather well. I'm getting my 1% every single week. That's all I'm looking for. I'm not looking for anything huge. Okay? Seriously, I'm not. I want to buy it, get my 1%, move on. Because here's the thing. Ford pays a dividend every 90 days. And if the stock moves up just before the dividend, well, that tells me when to buy it. That's why it's in the calendar. So I look at the calendar and that tells me what to look at for that week. I don't look at anything else for the week, just the ones that have the dividend coming up. All right, so Ford, here we go. Here's our high, here's our low, here's where it was, here's where it is. A year ago, around 12 and a quarter. We topped out at, was that 14.75, bottomed out at 9.50. She went up, down, and now we're at 10.62. I like this movement right here. Let's zoom on into that and take a look at it. But before we do, is it paying us 1%? Well, at 10.60, the 10.50 is going for 26. We're losing 10 cents right off the top, so we're walking away with 16 cents. And 16 cents is about 1.5%. 602 Paku, you want to, yeah, sorry. Now, I have no problem whatsoever inviting people onto the live to share their you know, their knowledge or whatnot. But if I don't know you, I'm not inviting you, dude. Sorry. What I tell people, if you really want to talk to me, now there's 27 other people pretending to be me. They've actually taken my picture, all my videos, and they create their own website, and they say that it's me. So if you get a contact from me, or you think it's me, now, send me the number, I will give you a call. Seriously, ask in the chat how many times I actually call people. Every day I call people. Damn it. Okay, so it's giving us 1.5%. Cool, I like that. So let's zoom in and see exactly what happened for the last 30 days, because I like the last 30 days. That gives me an idea of what's happening next. Now look at here. 30 days ago, we're here at the bottom. Well, 30 days ago, we opened up at 10.10. Very next day, we have our 30-day bottom at 9.77. And high school kids have $9.77 to buy Ford shares. Okay. Here's our 30-day bottom. She shoots up. Here's the 30-day top right here, and that's 11.37. So you go from 9 to 11. It's only $2. But here's the thing. $2 on a $9 stock, well, that's 20%. Okay, don't look at the number as the number itself. Look at the number compared to where it was to where it is. Okay, from $9 to $11, that's $2. $2 on a $9 stock, well, that's over 20%. So she goes up 20%. Ask yourself this. If you bought a stock that went up 20%, are you going to take your profits? Well, here's the thing. It ain't a profit until you take it. And if you miss on that profit, well, there's going to be profit taking. And that's what this is here. You can call it a retracement. You can call it down. You can call it whatever you want. But if I bought down here and it goes up 20%, you bet your ass I'm going to take my profits. Because it ain't a profit until you take it. Okay, so we're here. And we have 2 days to the upside. Today, and yesterday. Great. So we can get 1.5% if we bought it tomorrow. Because look where the bottom is. Well, the bottom's here. There's not that much space. But look how much space between the high and where it is now. Well, has plenty of space to go up. And how far do I want it to go up? Well, I just want to go up for 5 days. I want it to stay where it is. I want to jump in at 1060, sell off the 1050s, grab this 26 cents, which is 1.5% return for the week. And as long as she stays above 1050, come Friday, next Friday, well, I get my 1.5% and then I get my cash back. That's what I'm looking for. Safe, consistent, predictable 1%. So Linda, I hope that works out for you for Ford. Energy transfer next, ET. Let's take a look at some of this. All right. Zoboon. I will check out your website. Cheers, mate. Cheers, mate. Have a bloody good day, eh? I have no idea where you're from. I just thought I'd throw that out there. Why not? Okay. You ignoring mine. Okay. Zaklimka. You ignoring mine. Okay. I have no idea what you're saying. I don't see anything, Zaklimka. All right, sorry, dude. Tried tanking. Energy transfer. Okay. Okay. So Zaklimka. This is the first one I'm seeing. You got to remember one thing, or I would appreciate it if you remember one. Hey, Hakuna's here, all the way from Sweden. How you doing, Hakuna? Hey, James, how's everything? Is your new TV still in the car? Actually, see it right here? See if you can see it. It's right here. I haven't put it up yet. I don't have a... Anyway, besides the point. Okay, Zaklimka, you got to send me that again, because I have a YouTube channel here, TikTok here, Instagram there, Facebook over here, and then another YouTube channel down here. So I got 5 channels, and I got each one has questions. I'm not ignoring them. I'm just trying to get to as many as I can. We're going to do energy transfer in a second. Hold on. FDX. Oh, FedEx. I like FedEx. All right, we're looking at energy transfer at the moment. Here's your high. Here's your low. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. This is the direction it's going. It's currently at 16. The 16 is going for 14 cents, 15 cents. Yeah, sorry, dude. If it's not giving me 1%, it's going to be a no. For me. But if you like it, fine. Okay, but for me, it's going to be a no. Here's your high. Okay, your 30-day high here, your 30-day bottom here. It's going to the upside. Well, it looks like she could keep going up. But it's not giving me my 1%. So for me, it's going to be a no. FDX. Interesting. High, low, where it was, where it is, what direction it's going. Look down here. She drops down. Now she's bouncing up, retracing. 286. The closest one to the 286 is going to be the 287. Is that right? That hold on a second. That number is huge. So let's take a quick look. Okay, so the 286. So if we sell the 287s, we're getting $10.10. So $10.10 divided by the purchase price, 286.31. That gives me a grand total of 3.5% for FedEx. Okay, so let's zoom in and take a look. The last 30 days. Here we go. Last 30 days. Now this is like almost ideal. This is like the third one we've seen today so far. 30 days ago, we're at our bottom. She shoots up to 30-day high. She drops down to a new 30-day bottom right here. We have 2 days to the upside. We're sitting at 286 at the moment. So you need to ask yourself a question. Do you like FedEx at this price? So if I bought it at this price right there and sell the closest strike price, well, I'm going to get 3.5%. 3.5% for 1 week. Now, this is a simple trading strategy. Never buy something you don't understand. Well, I know what FedEx is. I know what they do. I see. No need. You can wait until it's totally black. Hakuna, I got to find the feet for this one. So I got a new TV, but I don't know where the feet is. So I can't rest it on the table because it's a marble top, and I don't want to put it on the marble top. I should put something underneath it. All right. CHSCP. I can say no right now. How consistent? Oh, look at this. Jonathan's asking an interesting question. How consistent do you get 1% a week? Oh, Jonathan, sit tight. Here we go. You ready? Now, Jonathan, I share 3 accounts. Now, I have 6 accounts. I share 3 of them with you guys. Now, I also share every single one of my trades that I've done this year. Okay? Now, the first half of the year, I only did 2 accounts. Now it's 3. Dragon, join the AM group. Woohoo! Did great first week. Hold on. I like good stuff, so this one's a good one. Joined AM group. Did great first week with Dell and X. Not sure what to do with Kohl's. September, blah, blah, blah. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right. Last price. Do I roll next week and hope it hits 20? Dragon, we're going to take a look at Kohl's in a couple of seconds. Let me finish up what we're doing right here. All right, we'll take a look at it, and I'm happy that you're actually making money. Cool beans. All right, so, Jonathan, you ready? 2.12, 2.99. That's week number 1. Week number 2, 1.3, 2.43. Week number 3, 0.85, not quite 1%. Sorry. 1.35. Week number 4, 0.9. Oops, I did it again. 2.78. 1.03, 1.62, 1.06, 3.68, 1.9, 2.57, 2.03, 2.02. I could keep going, but I don't make 1% every single week. Look at this week right here. 0.71, 8.57, 2 different accounts. Almost 8.5%, not even 3/4. Okay? 4.7, 1.2, 8.5, 0.6, 0.6, 1.8, 1.6, 0.6, 2%, negative 0.15. But needless to say, if we keep going all the way to the top, you'll find out where my current standing is. Account number 1 is up over 50%. Account number 2 up over 70%. Account number 3 up over 10%. Now, this one over here is only like 2 months old. Okay, so I hope that answers your question, how consistently I get it. Do I get it every week? No. Sometimes I make less than 1%. Sometimes I make more than 1%. But on average, I'm well over 1% per week. Okay, so CHSPC, whatever the heck that is, that's going to be a no, I can tell you right now. But for the fun of it, let's entertain it, all right? CHSCP. No options, that's a no. Not purposely reposted. Okay. Thoughts on Walgreens? I love Walgreens, and we already went over Walgreens today. 9 months, man, I've been watching. All right, hold on a second. I have to do that once in a while. Hey, Trev, 9 months. Man, I have been watching about 4 for a year and a half. My first mistakes. Okay, Trev, I'm not 100% sure what you mean by that, but okay. 9 months with Kimberly Clark. Would you do differently in hindsight? No. Think about it. Now, rule number 1, never buy something you don't want to hold on to long term. Denzel, how are you doing over there? Okay, never buy something you don't want to hold on to. All right, TPAP, get that cough checked out? Yeah, I'm well aware of that. Called post-nasal drip syndrome, and I refuse to take any medication because I don't trust those MFs and the, what do you call it? I don't trust the pharmaceutical companies. I just don't. Okay, so I'm looking at natural remedies, and today we're doing ginger and honey tea. So it's a ginger honey tea. Hopefully it's going to make it feel better. Also, I'm on the verge of losing my voice for talking too much. All right. Yes, you agreed. Marketplace. All right. Keep going. Jerry Beard, how are you doing? Red Forge, I like Berkshire Hathaway. Well, good for you. I don't like Berkshire Hathaway. They don't have dividends. What do I think about Walgreens? Okay, Walgreens went up today, Jerry. Okay, remember, Jerry, I'm with you on this one, Jerry. I am, because I have Walgreens also. But I'm not panicking. Okay, I don't think Walgreens is going anywhere. There's 8,700 stores. Let them liquidate the losers and move on. Thank you, Neil. Donnie. How do you say that? Dai Vanderwald. What do you think about a company that borrows money to pay a dividend? I think Chevron did it years ago. Well, here's the thing. I personally would borrow as much money as somebody would lend me if I was consistently profitable. Now, I am consistently profitable, and I do borrow money to invest. Because if I'm making 50% and only paying 10 or 15%, well, I'm making money on someone else's money. Where can I get these lists? All right, Jonathan, hope you got a pencil, paper, crayon, mascara, lipstick, chalk, anything. Okay, here we go. Ready? Google. In the Google search, you put in Dividend Kings List 2024. Dividend Aristocrats List 2024. Dividend Champions List 2024. Dividend Contenders List 2024. Warren Buffett's Stock Holdings 2024. Those 5 lists right there will give you over 300 really, really good stocks. I'm so faking cool. Cool beans. That was for you too. So Jonathan and I'm so freaking cool. There's a 300 stock. Ash, how you doing? Fascinating football bit. Dude, where have you been? Haven't heard or seen from you in days. March. Okay. March. Oh, Michelle Travel. Hey, Michelle. Oh, Marshally. Can't read that one. All right, Marshally, how are you doing? Okay, so Jonathan, I showed you the numbers, okay? Okay, so let's get back to basics here, Jonathan. You ready? Account number 1 at the beginning of the year started out at 117,000. It's currently at 142, and I've taken out about 30,000 because I do spend the money in order to pay bills. Account number 2 started off with 100,000 cash and 100,000 margin. It's currently at 167. Okay, I still got to pay interest on that 100,000, so I do not suggest anybody do a margin account. Yes, that is right. Borrow. Yep, Neil, I would borrow as much money as someone's willing to lend me. Account number 3 started out with 100,000, and that was 2 months ago. We're currently up over 9% so far. All right. So when you're asking how much of my entire portfolio, I invest between 95 and 98% of my money every single week because I buy stocks on Monday. I'm going to explain this to you for a second because it's kind of important that you understand this. On Monday, I buy my stocks. So I take $100,000 and I buy $100,000 worth of stocks on Monday, hoping that they will all expire, the options will all expire worthless on Friday. But what else happens on Monday? Well, on Monday, I buy the stock and then I sell the options. When I sell the options, look at right here, AT&T, 2157. The 2150 is going for 30 cents. That's over 1%. So if I take $100,000 and I buy $100,000 worth of AT&T tomorrow morning, 157, and I sell this option, okay, I get that money instantaneously. Okay, now I have a debit card and a credit card, and if I wanted to, they'd give me checks also directly attached to my trading account. So anytime I need something, I just whip up my credit card or my debit card. Yep, he did. Okay, so if I have all my money invested on a Monday, I get my premiums on a Monday also. So my money's always working every single week. And yes, I do leave some of it behind just in case I have to buy something. Alrighty, your residents, good evening. All right, Jonathan answered that question for you. Valureth. Hi, I'm Erica. What do you think about EXR? Okay, so Valureth, EXR, no. Usually if I don't know who it is, usually give me a ticker symbol, I know it right off the top of my head. But if I don't know it, well, that's usually going to be a no. It has monthly options, and monthly options do not work, in my humble opinion, unless you'd like to get 12% a year rather than 50% a year. All right, Demo. You bought Ford at 10.30 and you sold at 11. Well, cool beans. Let's keep moving. Why isn't the questions moving? There we go. TSM. Hi, from India. Would like to learn more about option trading. Well, Tam, hang out. I'm here every single night. Every single night. Funny thing is, every single night since January 2nd, I've missed 2 nights and only 2 nights. One, I was sick as a dog, couldn't do it. Second night, I had personally take someone to the emergency room, so I couldn't do it then either. Okay, what do I think of the company? Okay, we already looked at that, already looked at that. Okay, did that. Sorry, you just said Ford. SoFi, ugh. Did you like that one? Ugh. Linda, thank you so much. Indeed help. All right, way to go. Market Circle, SoFi, SOFI. Okay, so SoFi is at $7.49. Well, let's see how well SoFi has been paying out dividends, because it's important to me. SOFI. If it doesn't have dividends, I have no desire to look at it. Oh, look at that. SoFi, no dividends, no thank you. Okay, so TikTok, 07/13/1993. You want to take a look. What is that one you want to take a look at? AbbVie. SoFi, no dividends. That's right, Tam. No dividends, no thank you. I get 300 stocks to keep my eye on. Why do I want 301, especially when that one has no dividends? I have Plantair. I'm up 128%. Should I hold or take the profit? Well, Edward, it ain't a profit until you take it. Okay? Now, I'm not telling you to do it. You have to figure that out on your own. I don't give advice. Okay? But if it's up 128% and you don't take it, well, what the hell are you doing? You could hold on to it and see how high it goes, or you can wait till people take their profits and it sinks. Because nothing goes up straight continuously. Okay, there's always goes up, always come down. Always goes up, always come down. That's all they do. Okay, TikTok, AbbVie, ABBV. I like AbbVie. They are a dividend king. They've increased their dividends for more than 5 decades. I like that. That works for me. Here's the high. Here's the low. Here it was a year ago. Here we are now. It's a little too high for me at this moment. Don't get me wrong. I love AbbVie. But I would like to see it come back down to here before I jump in. Now I have 300. Ooh, crypto guy. Thank you for that. So nice. I would like to, buy into. Don't get me wrong. Buy it when it goes up. Look how many times I did it. Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 times she went up and down in 1 year. Well, that's about once a month. Think about it. Okay? All right, so Plantair, huh? That's AbbVie. I'll wait on AbbVie for it to come back down again. And matter of fact, you know what? I'm going to run. When is the next bull run? I have no idea. I'm going to run. Oh, AbbVie is on my list for 2 weeks. So I'm going to look at AbbVie again in 2 weeks. Okay, so hopefully in 2 weeks she'll come down to somewhere around here before I buy it. Now, I keep track of it, and I haven't done AbbVie in a while, as you can plainly see, because it's in an upward trend. I'll wait for it to pull back. Bob Wilson, nice to see you again. All right, let's keep on going. The stock Ford you were talking about is the Ford Motor stock. Well, yeah, it is. It's Ford Motor Company. They've been around for over 100 years. As I recall, they were the only car company that didn't take money from the federal government. Dina, how are you? Let's take a look at Dell for Dina. Dell for Dina. Here we go. Ooh, check it out. Here's your high, here's your low, here's where it was, here's where it is. Now, last year we're at 60 bucks. She jumps up to 180. That's a 300% increase. Okay? From there, she drops down to 90, which is a 50% decrease. And then from the 90, we're at 112, which is 30 bucks. Is that right? No, that's 20 bucks. Yeah, so 20 bucks from 90 to 112. So 20 bucks on that. That's 21%, maybe 22%. Okay, so check it out. A year ago, she jumps up 300%, drops 50%, and then jumps 22%. Okay, 300, 50, 22. Okay, well that's where we are. Well, right now we're at 112.15. Okay, so the 112.45. The 113s, look at that. The 113s are going for 256. That's over 2%. And it's Dell. Now, I grew up in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. I grew up with Dell. I saw when they were nothing until where they are something. Well, today they are something. And right now, they're offering 2% where it is at the moment. But let's take a look at the last 30 days to see if we have some kind of clue of where it might go. All right, so here's our 30-day bottom. It's at 92. She shoots up to 118, drops down to 102. Now she's back up to 112. Okay, so do you like it? Let's take a look at Dell. What does it normally do this time of year? For that, we look at the seasonality. And seasonality tells us, well, this thing just goes sideways. No big surprises, no ups, no downs, no craziness, just sideways, business as usual, nothing new, nothing to see here, folks. All right, so that being said, let's keep on keeping on, got to get the, all right. How long before dividends do you start watching? 2 weeks. I just put in 107 on a 107. Okay, cool beans. Felon supporters. Stocks only go up. No, they don't. Okay. What did you first start trading when you started options? Ooh, Gustavo. I first started trading options in the 1990s, and I did 125 trades in a row without losing a single trade. Okay? My head was freaking huge. My ego was freaking, yeah. Funny thing is, it was a learning experience. So I did 125 trades without a single loss. And then I thought I was smart. And then I lost, I think, $12,000 in one day. And that was a wake-up call. I didn't sleep for 2 days after that. I'd like to know more about option trading. Crypto guy, just hang out and keep watching. Do I day trade options? No, I do not. What are the best dividend stocks? Oh, there's about 300 of them. So you can basically have a lifetime income if you have dividends. Yes. Okay, as far as I know, the longest paying dividend stock, to my knowledge, would be Consolidated Edison. Now, they've been paying dividends, and they've been in business for over 200 years. 200 years, and they're still going strong. Stocks only go up. Yeah, no, dude, that's not true at all. Well, actually, they do go up, but they also go down, too. Oh, gamer, how long before dividends do you start watching it? 2 weeks. Hi, do you buy one stock only every Monday? Nope. I have 6 different accounts. Okay, I share only 3 of them with you guys. I'm a nice guy, but I'm not that nice. Okay, I do have to draw the line somewhere. I only teach one trading strategy here. I have a whole bunch of different trading strategies that I do on other accounts. This is the only strategy I share for free. I call it a stepping stone strategy. It's simple, It's easy. It's one of the safest trading strategies there is. And the rules, I think, are pretty simple. Never buy something you don't understand or you don't want to hold on to. Okay, buy it as if you're going to hold on to it for your life. Okay. 2, never sell at a loss. It defeats the purpose. 3, make sure the company is consistently profitable. Okay, how you want to do that, that's totally up to you. I go right to the dividends because it's a portion of the profits paid to the investors. 4, make sure it has weekly options because I want weekly cash flow. Okay, 80% of all options expire worthless. That's why I sell options and I do not buy them. You buy a call or a put and then sell them as well. No, Gustavo, I don't. Okay, I have 107 called Dell this week, blah, blah, blah. Okay, interesting. I don't buy options at all. I only sell. Because 80% of all options expire worthless. So why would I want to be part of the 20% when I could be part of the 80%? Hey, Dina. Save to invest. Dude, back again. Cool beans. OG Gamer. OG Gamer 77. What exchange do you use? That's an interesting question. I really honestly, no, this is going to sound weird. I really don't care what exchange it is. What do I mean by that? I buy and sell from the market maker. Okay, for all I know, the market maker could be in Hawaii under a palm tree. I don't know. Okay, there's each stock, each company has its own market maker. It's not one market maker for all of them. No, 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 no. Each company has its own market maker. Where they are in the world, I have no idea. Okay, do I really care? No. Okay, the market maker has these numbers right here. Okay, the funny thing is, these right here, that goes to New York, usually, because that's where most stocks are traded, in New York. But down here, these are the options. Well, options are usually traded in Chicago. So do I care where the option, what exchange it is? No, because they're all basically the same. Okay, I look at the stock symbol, I really don't care if it's the American Stock Exchange, the New York Stock Exchange, the NASDAQ, don't care. Okay, let's keep on going. Rich Bruner, I could only get premiums on 50% of portfolio, but still got 0.75% this week. Oh, Rich, 0.75% is not that bad. Crypto Guy, what are the best dividend stocks to own if I had 10K to invest? Crypto Guy, I really couldn't tell you that one, but there's a lot of stocks out there. Now, my grandson, he does what's called dividend capturing. Okay, he doesn't have enough money to do covered calls because you need 100 shares in order to do a covered call. So he does dividend capturing, where he buys the stock 10 days before the EX date and he captures the dividend. Safety. Yep, I like safety. Because if you think of it this way, okay, fetus fajitas. If you think of it this way, each and every company I look at has been in business for over 20 years. 20 years. Most companies go out of business within 3 to 5 years. Okay, 1 in 100 make it to 10 years. 1 in 1,000 make it to 20 years. Gaza, how are you doing? Or Garza. All right, Crypto Guy, it's not advice. I'm just telling you what I do. Okay, I don't give advice. I just give you my opinion. But yes, I don't buy options. I only sell them. Is there a certain day you buy your new stocks? Yeah, Monday. How do you sell the options if you haven't bought them yet? Ooh, Crypto Guy, you're new here. All right, here's the thing. An option is just a financial instrument. You can buy it, you can sell it. Stock options are attached to a stock. Now, you don't have to own the stock to buy and sell. You can sell before you buy. But anytime you're investing in the stock market, you have to open a trade and then close a trade. What does that mean? Well, if you buy a stock, well, you're opening a trade. Okay, when you sell the stock, well, you close that trade. All around 2, how are you today? So, yeah, I can sell the option on Monday, and then on Friday, I can buy it back. So here's the thing. If I sell the 112 at $3.15 on Monday or tomorrow, either one. By Friday, if the stock doesn't move at all, if the stock stays the exact same between Monday and Friday, okay, the option value will still go down. And the reason being is there are a lot of components that make up the option pricing. To figure that out, you got to go to the Black-Scholes pricing methods for options. And that's a big freaking mathematical equation because it has to do with stock price, implied volatility, time value, interest rates, and there's something else. There's a whole bunch of information or mathematical algorithmic. It's just freaking complicated. Look it up. Black-Scholes pricing methods for stock options. It's a huge. Let's see if I can find it. Black-Scholes formula. That's funny. For parabolic difference, blah, 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 blah. All right, let's look up images. Here we go. I don't know if you can see that or not. Okay, here's the formula right here. Black-Scholes model formula. Okay, look at all that shit. That's what it looks like, just to figure out what the price is and how the price changes every day. Because once you look at the options right here, okay, first thing Monday morning, these numbers are going to change, and that's the stock price. Okay, once the stock price changes, well, all these numbers change. And they consistently change every minute of every day until they expire. So it's very confusing, but I don't take that into consideration. What I'm looking at is, what am I buying it for? The stock, okay? At 112.45, the closest one's going to be the 113. Well, that's $2.56. $2.56 is more than 2% of the purchase price. That's all I care about. And is it in an upward trend? Well, for that, I just click and drag. 30 days ago, here we are here at 110. Tops out at 118, bottoms out at 102. Now she got 1, 2, 3, 4 days to the upside. Okay, I can get a third grader to come in here and say, oh, here's the bottom. Oh, here's the top. Oh, which direction is going? Oh, look, now it's going up. I can get a third grader to do that. Do I really care what the formula looks like and how they figured it out? No, I don't care. Okay. Here's the current price, here's the current trend, this is what I can buy it for, this is the strike price I can sell it for, and this is what I'm collecting. That $2.56 is way more than 2% of the current stock price. That's all I care about. So when Friday comes, it's either going to be above the 113 or it's going to be below the 113. Do I really care about the formula? Do I really need to know how a jet works in order to get on a plane to go from Boston to Dallas? No, I don't need to know. I just need to know, does it work? That's it. Do I really need to know how a car works? I do, but do I need to? Do you need to? All you really need to know is you stick the key in, turn it. Is the gas in there? Great. Is there oil in it? Great. Is there water in it? Great. Are the tires filled? Great. You don't really need to know all this stuff. It's like, does it work? Well, you can see it's moving to the upside. You can see what the current price is. Anyone can tell you at 12:45, well, at 112.45, the closest one is 113. And that's going for 256. It's simple. See, adults have a tendency to make this more complicated than it needs to be. Okay? It was created for a 9-year-old. Okay? The idea is it's simple, safe, predictable, consistent, in no way that my 9-year-old daughter could possibly lose. Because we all know, 9-year-old little girl starts losing and not doing something good, she's going to cry, I'm going to feel like crap. Mom gets involved. Mom says, couch. And couch really ain't that comfortable. So, simple, safe, predictable, consistent, and no way for her to lose. 5 rules. Never buy something you don't understand. Doesn't make sense. never sell at a loss. It defeats the purpose. Make sure the company's profitable, weekly options, and then check the numbers. The numbers, okay? What am I buying it for? What am I selling it for? What am I collecting? In what way is it going? Simple. Don't make it more complicated than it needs to be. Adults have a tendency to complicate things. Is there a certain day you buy? Yep, Mondays. All right, so hopefully, crypto guy, that explains it. When it comes to stocks in the stock market, you can sell something without buying it. It's weird, I know. I can sell, and then later I can buy it. Sounds like you buy the stock, but then you sell the option. Yes, that's exactly right. I buy the stock, then I sell the option. Do you look at implied volatility? Not really. Okay, now, as an adult, it's a different story. Okay, but as a 9-year-old, no. I didn't teach my daughter about implied volatility. I didn't teach my daughter about the Vega, the Rho, the Theta, the Black-Scholes pricing methods, implied volatility. Yeah, I didn't teach her any of that kind of stuff. I didn't teach her about calendar spreads. I didn't teach her about credit spreads. I didn't teach her about, I taught her one simple thing, and that's what I'm teaching you right here. Simple, easy, predictable, consistent. Right, 2% of the purchase price and implied volatility. Well, there you go. 86, how are you doing? I think it's, well, 2 stock. If it's less than 2% than purchase price, no buy. No. If it's less than 1%, I don't buy. Do you have to buy the stock to sell the option? I was watching your video. No, you don't have to. Now, you could sell the stock, sell an option without buying the stock, but you need to be qualified to do that. I'm not saying that you're not qualified. What I'm saying is, in order to sell something that you do not own, they call that naked selling, okay? And you need to have approval to do that. Years ago, it used to be at level 5 approval. Now they've changed the rules a little bit, so now it's level 3 approval. Okay, covered calls is one of the simplest trading strategies there is, and it's a level 1 trading strategy. All right, I might be cutting out early tonight because I starting to feel it bad. Can you explain that better? I don't really understand. How do you determine if it's a buy or not? That's a good question. And my tea is all gone. You know, it's great. You take a sip and it goes down and it hits here and it feels great. But then when it gets down to here, it's like, now pain is back again. All right, so how do I determine if it's a buy or not? That's a good question. Okay. So, number 1, never buy something you do not know or do not understand. Well, Dell, they make computers. They make computer chips. So we know what they do. Okay, I grew up in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. So I am familiar with Dell. Okay, so a year ago, Dell was at 60 bucks. Okay, the high of the year, 180. The low of the year, what was it? 65. It's currently at $112.50. Okay, great. Then I take a look at what is the last 30 days because I want to know where is it moving to. Okay, because stocks go up and then they go down. They go up and they go down. That's all they do. Well, take a look at this. Okay, from here, she went down. And oh, imagine that. At the bottom, and what did it do then? It went up. What happened then? Well, it came down again. And then, here's the bottom here. And then, it went back up again. Well, right now, it's in an upward trend. I don't like buying at a high. It doesn't make sense. I only buy at a low after it's been up 2 days. Well, how many days here? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 days to the upside from this new bottom. Okay, because your high is here. Okay, you cannot argue the facts. Facts are facts. Here's your 30-day bottom, fact. Here's your 30-day top, fact. Now from the top, here's your bottom here, 2 days the upside. That tells me that that's a new bottom, and now she's going up. Well, that is logic. Those are facts, and you can't really argue with those. Okay, so let's go to more facts. I like facts. I like facts, odds, and probabilities. So you have 4 days to the upside. Here's your 30-day high. So what does logic tell me? Well, it tells me it's going to continue to go up until it doesn't. I mean, that's just the way it is. It goes down until it doesn't. Then it turns around and goes back up again. And then it's going to get to a certain point and come back down again. But we're here right now. So here we are right here, right now. Okay, so if I buy it tomorrow morning, this is what I'm paying. Okay, another fact. Okay, if I'm buying it, there's the price. Okay, now, from there, you decide what is the closest strike price. What do I mean by that? Well, if I'm buying it for this price, what price am I selling it for and to who? I don't really care who I sell it to. But what I do care about is how much am I collecting when I do sell it. So when I'm selling it, I got to pick a strike price. My tea's gone, so it's now back to water and honey. Oh, it feels good. Okay. So once I figure out what I pay for it, 112.45, I look for the closest strike price. I can do the 112s or I can do the 113s. Well, I want to do the 113s because it's in an upward mode. What do you call it? Upward movement. Okay, so the 113 right here. Okay, this is what I could buy it for. I'm not buying it, I'm selling. So this is what I can sell it for, 256. Now, is 256 1% or more than the price? Yes, it is. So that's how I figure out when to buy. Number one is, do I know who the company is? When are they paying their dividends? Where's the 30-day bottom? Where's the 30-day top? Where is it currently? What am I buying it for? What am I selling it for? And what am I collecting as a premium? And is that more than 1%? That's all your answers right there. That's how you figure out when to buy and what to sell. How long you've been doing this type of investing? You sound very knowledgeable. Ooh, this is like one of my favorite parts, because then I go back to here, and then I go to here, and then I go to here, which is my YouTube channel. It says, hold on a minute. YouTube channel. I go to my videos, and then I go to my oldest videos, and then lo and behold, look who we have here.
Hi, I'm Tracy, and as you being part of my internet website called
Do we look the same or close to it?
I do. Being part of that, you're going to be getting weekly. You buy different stocks every single day. There's a different.
So this is me with a little bit more here, and would you believe it or not? Seriously, I still have this T-shirt. This was videotaped in 2012. My daughter was 11 at that time, because we've been doing it for a few years, and it's like, you know what, let's do it online. So we did. We started making videos. Behind me, you'll see stock list, and stock list is down here, and this is the calendar date. We didn't have an EX dividend calendar back then, so we had to do it on a big whiteboard. Okay, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, blah, 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 so on and so forth. So I've been doing this for over 20 years, but my very first videos was in 2012. So I actually have these silly little things right here, which are weekly trades. Okay, the week of the August 19th. All these August 19th, the 21st, and the 23rd. So this is the week of August 13th. It tells you all my trades: Ford, Marathon, Schlumberger. Someone asked me about Schlumberger earlier today. Intel, Walgreens, Bank of America, Chevron, MPW, Walgreens, and Macy's. For that week. That's just 1 week, one set of trades. And what did I make that week? That week, I don't have the interest on that one. Damn it, I didn't put that one in yet. But anyway, here's another one right here. 2.81% this week. Dell, Walgreens, Dell, Ford, MPW, Walgreens, Intel, and Macy's. Okay, for that week right there, that was week number 33, and made 2.81% on that week. Okay, so how long I've been doing it? I've been doing it for a long time. Now, I do it 10, 15 minutes a day, but now it's taking me over an hour a day because I'm doing it with you guys. Okay, Rich Bruner, yeah, I tried that whiskey in the, I tried, what do they call that, hot toddy? Okay, you have tea with honey, and then you put whiskey in it. I call it toilet water because it tastes nasty. And no, it doesn't work. Not for me anyway, because I got something a little bit different. Okay, it's upcoming laryngitis. Okay, so if any guys ever lost your voice before, you know what it feels like just before you lose your voice, and that's what it's getting close to. Also, I have postnasal drip syndrome. It keeps on flowing because of allergies, and I refuse to take the allergy medicine that the doctor prescribes. Hell no of my dead body. So I'm looking for, what do you call that? I'm looking for natural remedies. And tonight was, someone suggested fresh fresh ginger with honey and tea. Didn't seem to work. 2% a week. Aha! That's insane. What about losses? Just hold on profitable companies. All right, 2 in stock. Now, I have people ask me that all the time. So let's go here. Let's go here. Let's get out of there. Let's get out of there. And let's go to profit and loss statement. Here we go. Okay. Year-to-date profit and losses. See it? Year-to-date profit and losses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of them. But not really. Because I still own this one, and this one. So I only have 2 losses in this account. Okay? 2 losses in that account. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of there. Let's go to this one here. Let's go to, oh, here we go. Profit and loss. Whoops, let's get out of there. All right, profit and loss since open. Okay. This account here, 1, 2, 3, 4 losses. But no, not really. I still own it. 0 losses in this account. 0. And this was a new one. It's only been around for, this is like the 3rd month on this account. Okay, and, well, 1 more to go. Because remember I told you I share 3 of them with you guys. Account number 3. Profit and loss year to date. Blah, blah, blah. Okay? Profit and loss year to date. 1, 2. But wait, I still own both of them. 0 losses in this one, and this account here I've had for 1.5 years. And I'm guessing you only do companies you understand and profitable quarter to quarter. Well, kind of silly question, don't you think? Number 1, I never buy anything I do not know and I do not understand and I do not want to hold on to. It doesn't make sense to me. Okay, there's a certain set of stocks I only buy, and that is it. Remember I said earlier, there's 9,640 different stocks to pick from every single day. I only have 300 in my repertoire, or my corral, or my stable, whatever you want to call it, my portfolio. And I just rotate them week by week by week. And it's definitely done by a calendar. So look at this week here. EBC, HIG, MCD. Those are the only stocks I will look at this week. The only ones. I won't look at any of these. I will not look at the S&P 500. I will not look at ETFs. I will not look at anything other than a company that is ready to pay out its dividend and are consistently profitable. That is it. This is something like the wheel method, or if I'm not wrong. Not necessarily so, because the wheel method does have the cash secured puts before you do the covered call. Okay, now don't get me wrong, it's a great strategy. I don't use that because it is not simple. That's the only reason why I don't use it. Do you hold the stocks if you have to sell for? I don't sell for a loss. Okay, as you see, I showed you my profit and loss statements. That's from January 2nd. Every January, I reset back to 0 and start over again. Well, except for when the account accumulates. But anyway, you will see that I have very little losses because I only pick good quality stocks. I roll them for. I think it's great strategy. Learn something today. Appreciate it. Alrighty then. I can sleep better tonight knowing you learned something. Anyway, I'm going to call it a night because my throat is starting to get sore and I do not want to lose my voice. I've lost my voice, I think, twice in my lifetime, and I know how it feels. So it's just getting ready to that point. So I'm going to call it a night. And tonight we did an hour and 45 minutes. Cool beans. I'm getting closer to get up there. So I got to rest. I didn't speak a lot today. So tomorrow I'm going to try not to speak at all. Trader Joe's has tinctures if you have one. Yes, there's a Trader Joe's down the street. So tomorrow, for those of you in the morning trading group, okay, we're on 3 o'clock tomorrow because tomorrow's Friday. The market closes at 4. I like to jump in at 3 just to make sure we're all in a good, positive situation and prepare us for next week. Because it's the same thing, week after week after week. Next week is week number 12. Okay, there's only 13 weeks in a quarter. They are really good. Would take them with my family when we had COVID. Yeah. I look for natural remedies. I drink, bottled water with honey. It feels great going down, but I keep drinking all day long and I can pee all night long. I hate it. Anyway, you guys have a great night. We'll see you again tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow be a little bit better. Yeah, all right, thank you, Second Stock. Okay, over here on Facebook, you guys have a great night. Instagram, you guys have a great night also. You guys here on TikTok, we will see you again tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. Now, some of you guys know what that comes from, but most of you probably don't.